Ghosting is the modern-day equivalent of vanishing into the night, leaving nothing but unanswered texts and a weird mix of confusion and frustration. If you've ever been ghosted, you know how infuriating it can be. One minute you're talking about your favorite Netflix series, and the next, it's radio silence. But why do people ghost? Are they scared? Lazy? Secretly spies who had to drop off the grid? Let's dive into the top reasons people ghost and how to handle it. They're conflict avoidant. Some people will do anything to avoid awkward conversations, including pretending you don't exist. Instead of saying, "Hey, I don't think this is working out," they opt for the ghosting route, hoping you'll just get the hint. It's like breaking up by a smoke signal. You're left squinting at the metaphorical horizon, wondering if that puff of air was a goodbye. The funny thing is, ghosters often think they're sparing you pain, but let's be honest. A simple "hey, this isn't working" would save everyone from weeks of overanalyzing emojis. They got busy. Remember the classic "I'm just so busy right now" excuse? Sure, life gets hectic, deadlines, family drama, and an endless stream of cat videos to watch. But unless they're a brain surgeon performing back-to-back life-saving operations, no one is too busy to send a quick text. The truth? Busy is code for "I don't care enough to make the effort." It's like when someone says they're just tired after a party. It's technically true, but there's a deeper story. They got cold feet. Some people ghost because they freak out. Maybe things were getting a little too real, and instead of addressing their feelings like an adult, they chose to vanish. Commitment can be scary, scarier than a toddler with glitter. But ghosting? That's just a cowardly escape hatch. If they ghosted because of fear, take it as a blessing. You don't want to be with someone who panics every time things get serious. Imagine trying to plan a vacation with someone who ghosts at the mention of choosing a vacation spot. They're keeping their options open. For some people, dating is like a buffet and they want to sample a little bit of everything. Unfortunately, that sometimes means they ghost you the minute they find something better. Spoiler alert, the grass isn't always greener. Serial ghosters don't like confrontation because they don't want to close the door entirely. In their minds, ghosting leaves the possibility of coming back, like a Netflix series that gets canceled but might be revived someday. They forgot. Believe it or not, some people ghost simply because they're forgetful. They saw your text, meant to reply, and then got distracted by something shiny or by TikTok. Suddenly, days have passed and they feel too awkward to pick up where they left off. It's like accidentally killing a houseplant. You didn't mean for it to happen, but now it's too late, and admitting it feels worse than just tossing it out. If someone ghosts out of forgetfulness, it's not personal, it's just poor texting etiquette. They're dealing with personal issues. Sometimes, ghosting has nothing to do with you and everything to do with what's happening in their life. Maybe they're overwhelmed, dealing with mental health struggles, or going through a rough patch. While it doesn't excuse their behavior, it does offer some perspective. People who ghost for personal reasons often resurface later with an apology and a vague explanation. Whether you accept it is up to you, but let's be real. If they couldn't handle texting during a tough time, can they handle a real relationship? They never took things seriously. Some ghosters are, plain and simple, not looking for anything serious. Maybe they were in it for the fun, and when things started feeling like effort, they bailed. It's not a great look, but it happens more often than anyone likes to admit. The good news? If they weren't serious, you're better off without them. No one wants to waste time on someone who's just in it for the short-term fun when you're looking for long-term vibes. They're just rude. Sometimes there's no deep psychological reason behind ghosting, it's just plain rudeness. Some people lack basic courtesy and empathy, and instead of treating others with respect, they vanish without explanation. This kind of ghosting says more about them than it does about you. If someone's first move is to disappear, you can rest easy knowing you dodged a bullet. Life's too short to chase people who can't even send a goodbye text. How to handle ghosting without losing your cool. Getting ghosted can feel like a punch to the ego, but it's important to remember that it's rarely about you. Whether they're scared, busy, or just plain rude, their actions are a reflection of them, not your worth. Instead of spiraling into overthinking mode, take a step back. Ghosting is their loss, not yours. The world is full of people who are better communicators, much more caring, and actually deserving of your time. Oh, and if the ghoster ever reappears with a hello text 3 months later, feel free to keep them waiting. At the end of the day, ghosting is a frustrating but oddly common part of modern relationships. It hurts, but it's also an opportunity to remind yourself that you deserve better. The next time someone vanishes, let yourself feel annoyed for a bit and then laugh it off. After all, they've just saved you the trouble of dealing with their flaky behavior long-term. And if you're ever tempted to ghost someone yourself, consider sending a quick message instead. It's not only a nicer thing to do, it's also way less likely to land you in a video like this one.